All right, C1x Road to launch, day 38. Um, Hopefully this is going to be the last video for the Road to Launch series. Definitely not the last video on the channel. I think it'll be a while before development completely stops with C1x, but hopefully we're ready for launch after this. So, left off last time, we spent a little bit of time on the graphics. I spent some time implementing or finishing testing on the database, the new security system that I had. I noticed that stats issue on the score distribution, which is now fixed. This was me leaving it up to prove that it was fixed. I did this off video earlier. Essentially, it was just adding this extra condition. This is my function for the all-time stats. It was already working for all other time frames, selecting different courses. It was only under the all-time that set of stats that I'm updating incrementally instead of all at once every time for the sake of saving some time if the user's got 500 rounds in the app. Not having to calculate all the stats for every single one of those rounds every time anything in the app happens. So that's why we had the all-time stats. There was an issue with the calculation that only happened. It only happens when the user's scoring their first rounds, but it's enough to where it prolongs the issue throughout the life cycle of the user using the app. Long-winded. Anyways, I just needed to check the length on one of them, and for the stat that I'm trying to fix, which was the score distribution stat, it is the only stat that meets these criteria, but whose length is not greater than 1. Its length is just 1 to start out with. So we had to fix that. Let's go. We'll do a test just to make sure. I can do this on video, right? We can do one more test here. So I've got 4 rounds in now. Yeah, now we've got our other scores showing, which is great. And then if I go to 5 rounds, when I did this previously, I had a crash. 5 rounds. Okay, so that makes sense. So the all-time stats, I had this negative 81 that carried over from me trying to fix the issue. I never fixed that. Or I didn't fix that before I scored the first round. It is fixed now. It was the neg 45 and neg 36 combined. Was that neg 81? That was the issue, but it's working now. So yeah, so I did some digging, but ultimately just had to add this block, and that stat's now fixed for the all-time stats. And then otherwise, I've been kind of going a little crazy on the screenshots. I did just put in a couple of the basic bits of information for the App Store, I think, on the screenshot. So we had all the graphics for all of the screenshots previously for all the features. I largely kept those the same. I shifted some of the backgrounds around to where I thought certain backgrounds lined up with certain features better. I made them all a little bit more faded, a little bit more transparent, just to make the text and the screens pop a little bit more. And then I've been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the first page, which is just going to be like the initial selling point of the app. I'm not set on this. I was spending too much time on the backgrounds, I think, not on the content of the screenshot. But I was like, oh, the smart way to disc golf. Maybe I could do some like space things, because space and astronomy, and that makes people think of smart, right? So I had a bit of a field day with some of these backgrounds. I think they're a little silly. I think the space backgrounds are just cool looking, and I want to use them, but they really don't. I don't think they fit very well with what I'm trying to do. I was gonna give Michaela's opinion on these, but right now I'm probably sticking with this. I did move some of the backgrounds around, but this right now would be what I think the screenshots would consist of. Let's make them all a little bit bigger. That's gonna annoy me actually. Let's make them consistent. This one was Creekside. This one. That is this. That is this. Send backward. There we go. This was just making the screens a little bit bigger. I'm copying and pasting so they're all the exact same size, nice and consistent. But yeah, so move the backgrounds around, but otherwise the content of them is the same. And I kind of like the different nature backgrounds. I think that I'm going to stick with that. This screen might change a little bit. Whoa. Yeah, what's going on here? I was gonna say there's definitely content there. I don't know what's going on. Let's give this page a reset real quick. It's having a moment. Yeah, clearly that made it better. Where are all my graphics? And my backgrounds? There we go. Just loading. It's fair. I do kind of like this screen. I use it for Throw It to Pros, and maybe I do something similar for C1x. Level up your disc golf game. Maybe. So let's easy way to fix this is just going to be to duplicate it, drop this, and then I can access the individual screens. It's being real slow again. There we go. And then I can just copy the text back over. Uploads. Let's throw that one there. Let's throw that there. We'll throw maybe that here. What's one I haven't used? Any of the stat ones, the courses one, I probably should do that differently. Maybe I throw that one there. And then the courses I'll throw here. Doesn't really matter. But do I have is there one that would explicitly look better there? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe. And then I just do this. Could be a nice little screen to finish on. So maybe this is my ending guy instead of this one. I throw this at the bottom. Instead of level up your disc golf game, maybe I just have it say throw smarter here. I think I like that better. Throw smarter. I could do this. I could do like a width C1x here. That's not bad. I might leave that as is. And then so really my question is just, what do I want to do here? I don't hate I like the text. I don't hate the background. It's more so just what graphics do I want to show? Should I do Northwood Black? I have other round summaries too that I can. I feel like it's kind of silly to put the ski resort one on there. Just it is I mean, that's for anybody that watches this that's from Utah. You obviously know that that's a disc golf course. It's a ski resort, but also a disc golf course here. What is this one? The Beast. That was AB's around there. All right. Northwood Black is the name of the actual course, right? It's not just what they call it for the Pro Tour. Yeah. Okay. Wonder if that one looks better here. No, but I could throw it there instead. Maybe that's good, and then should I throw this one here? That hides a lot. Maybe. It just doesn't really do a good job of conveying that there's unique stats on display here. And maybe, like if I send that backwards and then I throw this one here, maybe that is better. I could also like slide this up, slide it down. I could try to do something like this where I like stack screens. That seems a little silly. I could make this a little bit bigger and then stick with the two here, but keep them in front of it. And then these would have like these on them. I don't like the top one being in the back. I was going through Canva's templates for mobile app designs again and didn't love them. It would be nice to just have, like, maybe this is just my main screen. It definitely could be. I wonder what if I just not as good. Okay. Noted, just fine. Let's see. Something that I probably could have looked at initially. I won't do any of that yet. Let's see what other mock-up options I have. I think that might be interesting. Like a hand holding it up. Nothing else crazy there. I guess what does that look like? Like that would look stupid, right? Yeah, it's not it. Not it. Those are kind of cool. I was hoping they'd have one like in a park. That would be maybe fitting, but for it being the outdoor section, there's a lot of indoor options. Nope. Graphics, tablets, TV. Don't think so. Do one last quick glance through these. Just putting it on a desk would be kind of funny, but probably not a good call. All right, I'm not really making a lot of progress here at the moment. So I'm going to pause this. Let's jump over to the store listing and start to build out some of this stuff. So screenshots are, this is, I mean, for the most part, this is what I'm going to use. Everything from this one on will be going up on the App Store and Google Play. This one as well. That's going to be the last one. And otherwise, it's just figuring out how I want to alter this. So I might throw that in another video. Probably have Michaela take a look at that, tell me her thoughts on how I can make that not look bad. But we're going to use ChatGPT to start putting this stuff together. So I need an app description for C1x to use on the Apple App Store and Google Play. I had Throw with the Pros pulled up here. Privacy policy, user agreement. It needs to summarize the app, provide details on features, and include privacy policy and a quick blurb about using a standard and open source at the bottom. Feels short. Maybe it doesn't need to be long. It's not a bad start though. For analyzing a tournament performance. C1x gives you the tools to score quickly and dive into your game like never before. Streamlined solo score entry for casual or tournament rounds. Course management, that's good. In-depth stats. Strokes gained. Driving per track putting and driving percentages. Excuse me. Scoring chances and more. C1x will even give you a grade for every round you score in the app. Last round, see our game evolves over time. View your stats at a specific course within a recent time frame and more. Or overall scored using C1x. My privacy policy. Is that what it's called? No. I've done this somewhere, haven't I? And what license was that? Style open font license. Let me go look at that real quick. OFL, okay, I think I read this before. Is that a simple enough description? Okay, let's hit save. And then app privacy, I've got the, there we go. That was underscores, not dashes. That was close. That is not the user agreement that I wanted. That is what I wanted. Oh. Yeah, it's linking to them. I can't do that. All right. That might be the description. What is Instagram? I think that's probably easy enough. There's nothing else. I have to throw the pros up just to make sure I'm not missing any obvious ones that I need. But I think we're good there. Let's do, now I need a keyword list of keys for Apple and Google. Do research to make sure you are pulling the best keywords in terms of SEO and searchability. Probably the same thing. That's fine, we can let it think on that. I also needed to put together the promotional text. Get rid of that. It's working. Oh man, we're so close. We're so close. Let's while I'm sitting here, let's go to Google Play and let's apply for production, because I think there's some stuff I need to do on Google still. I've been kind of solely focusing on Apple. Testers that I had already established. All features were utilized. Some feedback, but most was just some feedback, but in-person comments on the app's usage. That included a few bug fixes, largely suggestions on how to improve visualization of statistics generated by the app, collected in person and using a Google form. Next. Discoverers everywhere. Layout provides a brand new way for disc golfers to score rounds, and on top of that provides a detailed breakdown of stats from those rounds that isn't currently available on the market. How many installs? Probably 0 to 10K. Bug fixes and layout and graphic changes. All bug fixes have been addressed, tested, and there were 0 crashes throughout from users throughout the testing period. Apply. I forgot about this step. 7 days? Screw you, Google. Their system is so stupid. Is this done yet? All right. I like set be better, but update it to remove map and GPS. Those don't apply in my app. Okay. It's fine by me. I know nothing about these keywords and SEO, so those are all just fine with me. Promotional text. Should I include promotional text on the App Store? Let me grab my phone real quick while that's typing away. Okay, so maybe here I use this. Alternative way of saying like never before. Yeah, I've used Reimagine previously. Okay, so we've got promotional text, we got the description. Let's I started off with my tutorial with just like the first paragraph for Throw With The Pros, and then Apple would just occasionally reject it because they said they couldn't find something, and oftentimes it was something that they should have had no trouble finding. Oh, we froze on keywords, that's right. So I got the updated keyword set and copied it up here. I gotta move this over here just so I hide an email. But this is the notes section for Apple's review. So I was just gonna copy this into here and update it as needed, just to make sure that I'm not missing any of the components that Apple has rejected and Throw With The Pros for. So the app provides a brief tutorial on all views that aren't immediately intuitive. The entire app is accessible from the start. Accessible from the start, and there are no paid features or subscriptions. This is a disc golf scoring app. Start round will take you to the score keeping view. After you complete setup, and all other views are focused on displaying stats or managing courses. It's included in the app description above. Correct link to the privacy policy in the bottom of the settings page. Tap the cog in the top left from the menu. Okay. Required components of C1x. Nothing there. All right, let's drop this into ChatGPT 2. Below is my current note list for Apple's review process. Anything I should add here? Do I need to mention my minimal data tracking setup in the review notes? Yeah, I like that. example, be a Firebase. Share. It's not possible for the user to enter information into the app. Okay. Clear the users. With anonymous. With anonymous form. Authentication in the background, all through Firebase. No account. No user accounts in C1x. Whoa. Accounts in C1x. Just to verify that requests are coming from the app. Okay. I don't need to include that. I can just click the buttons and see that they open externally. There are no in-app purchases. Subscriptions are needed. Didn't I already mention that up above? There are no in-app purchases, subscriptions, or gated features. This is a disc golf scoring app. Start out and take the score. Alright, let's save that. So that is the extent of my notes to Apple for review. Yeah, so I'd have to add the build. I'll still push a final build. I did introduce some new problems. We can go clear these out real quick. These were just print statements I added when I was troubleshooting my issues with the all-time stats. I think they should all just be print statements. Cool. All right. So no problems now. This I would need to go update the version as well. Once I start to build this though, then that's when I start to mess up. Not mess up. That's when my Mac starts to get really slow. But yeah, I would do the same. We'd clean it. I'd update the version here. We can go ahead and do that. We are now on to version 1.00, and this is going to be build 39. Exciting. Very exciting. Go ahead and hit save here. So I would just run a flutter clean command to clean up the project. We'd build, download all the packages, and then it's just producing the file, which I run in a single command here in the terminal. I think I've done that on video before. I don't remember. But then we just go through Xcode and upload that directly to App Store Connect. It'll appear in test flight first, just like all of my other builds have. But once I approve them in here, then yeah, it's pretty straightforward after that. I want to push it to testers as well. This is annoying. Just in case this is going to cause issues, I'm just going to go ahead and publish those two things. Just try and get ahead on that. Show more. Apply for production access. So that was the last step. I forgot that I was going to have to wait on this. It's a 6-question questionnaire. Like, do I really need to wait 7 days? It's probably not going to be 7 days. Hopefully I just log on tomorrow and it's done. But we'll see. I would push this new version to testers, but that's going to make everything else run really slow. So what else do I need to do? We can start to put the email together. That might be kind of exciting here. Gotta verify my login over here. Give me just a second. Oh. Copy. Okay. Create a campaign. I can probably do this all over here now. Oh, that's a good call actually. So I can do build 39. But this is going to stay as 0.0.6. So I can push it to testers. I'll need to go through my checklist I put together on my version history as well, just to make sure that I've done all of these things. That I'm not pushing something to testers that's going to immediately break. I do like to use ChatGPT for email subject line and pre-headers. So need a email subject line and pre-header for a C1x newsletter. This is to release v0.0.6 to all testers, which is the launch version of C1x. This includes a ton of new stats. It has been a while since I pushed an update. It feels it's probably been like 2 or 3 weeks, but like version 6 was the very first database setup. It's been a while. New stats. Easy to nerve around names back to the course name. Includes a ton of new stats and features, quality of life improvements, and bug fixes. This is the last version that will go out to testers before the official launch of C1x. I like that. Sender, I always like to make it me, because it is me. C1x mailing list. Content. I don't know if I've built an email on video before. I know I've sent a handful for C1x already, but all right. C1x footer. C1x header. And C1x title block. All right. Maybe we just use that one. And getting the test builds approved is always pretty quick. It's a day or two, so it's Wednesday right now. It'll probably be Friday. I won't send this email out until it is actually live because I haven't submitted it yet. I will create the build for it once I hop off video. I just don't want to do it on video because we've seen how slow my Mac gets when I try to build the file on video. All right, so let's type the email. Test version of C1x is now live and available on iOS and Android. Pretty exciting moment for me. What you see in this version will largely be pretty much what C1x will be at launch. There's still a ton of features to add. Sneak peek. Hint. But C1x is but I'll be focusing on a launch for the next couple of weeks before tackling these. As always, full release notes are down below. It's been a blast getting C1x to this point. I can't wait to see where it goes next. I'll be running some festivities around the launch and will provide an update when those are when I have one, but I'll keep this email short for now. We're running some festivities around the launch and we'll provide an update when I have one, but don't hesitate to reach out in the meantime, if you have any comments or feedback on and as always, thanks for being here. Part 2. Thanks for being here. Onward, Dylan. This links to the C1x website. Then we're going to go to my saved blocks. I'm going to throw the testing links on this one, just in case people hadn't downloaded them yet or wanted to download it again because they deleted it or whatever. And then I need the is it that? Yeah, that would work. Let's go to what is? I guess I can do this here. Let me copy this. That's what I need. There we go. All right. What the heck was that? Do I still have the same link here? I do. Okay. 6. Why is it doing that? Stop doing that. It is incredibly annoying. Release notes. It just keeps going to the next line. Like I don't. Got it in. Okay. Stupid. Stupid. Stop. This is driving me crazy. Center it. All right. And now we'll come in here and how cleaned up are these? Data link to privacy policy, bug fixes for displaying routes that are more than 18 holes, improvements from routes, course, deletion functions. Scroll a little more bug fixes with the undo button. Redesigning the round shot logging view, address. Yeah, I redesigned that whole view as part of this update. It's been a while. Address issue or hold distances. Add a new stats into the app. Scroll down on any stats view to see them. Firebase logging is now more secure. Bug fixes with existing stats on the all stats view. All rounds now receive a C1x round grade, which combines your putting and driving stats. This is added to the list of stats shown. You can now change whole pars during a round by tapping on the par button. Fix pass. Now for text fields, fix issue. Yep. Fonts on added course view have been updated to the app standard for display on the C1x round. Edit button lets you change whole distances. All stat graphics now have an explanation of what they represent. Fixed issue with round summary graphics where percentages above 90%. Yep, easy button. Easy. No fixes, don't do button. See your total round score at the end of each round. Total round score. And a scorecard at the end of each round. Minor improvements to the tutorial messages. Cleaned up code-based warnings. New security system for backend. That fun little note at the end. All right, let's, hopefully I can just copy paste here. So close. All right, let's back it out. Why? Please just make this easy on me. Okay, thank goodness. Typical. I did this again. Stay in the center. Just stay in the center. Okay. Yeah, because obviously that's where I wanted this to be. What is going on with this? This is... I am typing normally. I hit backspace and it added a space. It just added a space. I'm only hitting backspace right now. I mean, what is going on? Dash. Just, why is backspace entering? It does not do this on any other view. This is... What do I have to do? What do I have to do to type? This is crazy. This is crazy. I've added so much space onto this right now. can't enter or delete a line here without adding one up there. All right, we're leaving that as is. This is crazy. This is so buggy right now. This is definitely just a bug on their system. I've never had this issue before. And this is the saved block that I've used in their email creation system. So it's one I've used a ton. Okay. That's going to be our email for the new version going live. We'll hit done editing. And then I'm probably going to call it there for today. So I will, didn't quite get it done today. We're really close though. Just hit X and that'll save it as a draft. So I've got the App Store page mostly built out with the exception of just finishing that last screenshot, which is this guy. Otherwise, the rest of them are going to look, I think, like this. So we'll get those screenshots in. I've got to wait on Google to review a 6-question Google form, which evidently they might take 7 days to do. Silly. But C1x isn't going to launch immediately anyways. I just wanted to get it submitted and out of my hands slightly. So I'm not overly concerned on waiting a little bit, but I'll get Apple and Google submitted as quickly as I can. I will push out the update to testers tomorrow once I get the build done today. And then we will, I think, pretty much be there. And then it's time to start doing some launch stuff, which I've got some ideas for. So pretty exciting. So I may do another video on Road to Launch, or this may be the last one, depending on whether or not I decide to film the just pushing to testers and final submissions to Apple and Google. I might. But app is fixed, 100% working as of today, and at least the App Store page is mostly built out. Once Google approves my production request, I'll basically just go copy all of my information from Apple. A lot of the same stuff will go into Google's, so a little bit different, but we'll use the same screenshots and everything. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the video today. So pretty exciting. We're almost there. C1x is almost out. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.